Good evening. Live from New York, the CC Radio Network is proud to bring you tonight's show, The Rebellious Rev and the Doc, where we talk about religion like you've never heard before. There's no evangelist here, just talk about religion with a twist. So let's get started and have some fun. Welcome our hosts for tonight, The Rebellious Rev and the Doc.
There is no heaven, there is no hell, there is only this world and its dark reflection. And we do not know in which of the two worlds we are.
Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I know where I am. I'm in the bright world. Christmas is over. Today, Kwanzaa starts, if I'm not wrong. Hanukkah is over. New Year's is coming up. We're all in good shape here. We're happy to be here. And, Kwanzaa is also a festival of light.
Festivals of light. Candles glowing up so bright. Different people have different ways to celebrate winter holidays. Candles warm up the night in festivals of light.
Now, the other festival of lights, which is probably better well known in some parts of the world, is Hanukkah. And that's 8 days of lights, and I believe Kwanzaa is only 7 days. If I remember right. If anybody is familiar with Kwanzaa, please give us a call. We'd love to hear from you. Tonight, this is the Rebellious Rev. My partner in crime, the Doc, will be with us in a minute. He's enjoying his brunch. He's having a little, or munch, I should say. He's having a cup of coffee and some cookies. He's having the life. What does he need to be on the show for? We're also going to be turning on the chat room also. So for those people who are a little shy, please, you can talk to us on that. Hey, Mark, you done with your cookies yet?
No. But how dare you insult me?
How did I insult you?
That's okay. And a happy Kwanzaa to you.
I like that Kwanzaa song, Lights.
I think we should introduce our audience to that if they're not familiar with it.
I just played it. I played the Festival of Light. And this is another quick 20 seconds.
It's time for Kwanzaa. It's time for Kwanzaa. It's time for Kwanzaa. Kwanzaa time. Celebrate Kwanzaa and make the world a better place. It's time for Kwanzaa. Well-being, justice, and peace.
Now, aren't these better than Hanukkah songs? Now, if somebody could explain it to us, we'd be in good shape.
No. Somebody on the old American bandstand would say it's got a good beat. I could dance to it. You know?
It does have a good beat. And as I said, if somebody in the audience actually knows what it actually means, we know it's a holiday of the harvest. But I think in the United States it has more meaning than that. Anyway, our phone number here is 646-595-3275. As I said, I'm the Rebellious Rev.
And I'm the Doc.
He's a little slow tonight.
Crunching on a nut.
You're a little slow today, I see. It must be them cookies are slowing you down.
I know.
Trying to talk with your mouth full. You're in a 3-second delay.
Where did I hear that one from?
Yeah, exactly. Payback is a bitch, isn't it?
I know.
Yeah, he's on a 3-second chewing delay. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, you're walking down the street. You find a wallet. There's $500 in the wallet, and there's an ID. You've got an ID. You've got some credit cards and all that. What would you do with the wallet? What would you do with the money?
The point is, what would you do if nobody's looking?
Yeah, exactly.
You see the wallet.
You just found it. You're in the clear. Nobody's around you. What would you do? Now, I know in the past from different people I heard, well, I'd return everything but the money because the papers are much more important than the money. Everybody that I've known that's been in a situation like this has never decided not to use the credit cards or anything else, but if there's any cash found, you can kiss it goodbye. Now, is that wrong? What do you think, Mark?
Well, first of all, I would return everything, and I'll explain why. I carry, as my kids would say, a purse. I carry a bag. And I have my whole world in there, because if I didn't have that, my pockets would be bulging. All right? And I remember we were going away for the day, and this was when my sons were very young, okay? One of them was still in a carriage, the other one was just walking, blah, blah, blah. And I put my bag on top of the car, and we drove away. And I'm looking, we get to our destination, and I'm looking high and low for the bag, and I realized I left it on top of the car. Well, when we got home, there was a message on our phone. Somebody found it, come and pick it up the next day. You know, so believe me, I know how a person would feel. I mean, you're carrying your whole world with you.
Again, what
Chances are you have your checkbook, you have your money, you have your credit cards, you have your driver's license, everything. You know, and if it's ever happened to you, you know what it's like to try to replace these things. So, I mean, I'm not, you don't expect a pat on the back or anything, but I think, I'd like to believe that most people would be honest. I mean, look, even if the money is taken, as the Rev just said, most people would be happy to get the wallet back with all the cards still intact, and it wouldn't make a difference if somebody took the money. You're not going to make a big deal about it, although you're going to be down a few $100s or whatever you had in your wallet.
The first thing is most people don't carry a few hundred, but like you said, I never carry more than about $30 on me. Maybe because that's about all I ever have. I was just making an example that, to make it more interesting. Now, I once found a wallet and I returned it to the guy and he asked me for his money. And I told him I didn't find it with money in it. I'm sorry. So obviously what happened is somebody found it, took the money and threw it away.
Yeah.
And I found it and I picked it up. So the guy was mad at me. I told him,
well, because human nature, they don't look at the fact that you're doing them a big personal favor, by doing this. They assume that you were the first one to find it, you took the money, blah, 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 and that's it.
Well, then why would you return it? I know what he assumed, but I'm just saying. Now, I'll give you a case of something else that happened to us. I will not mention anything. I won't mention names or anything, except it happened with me and my wife, and we were walking around with another couple, and my wife finds a wallet. She picks it up, puts it away in her pocketbook. And then the other guy that was with her, he goes, "I want half of it." And she told him there was no money in it. And as nature would be, he didn't believe her. Hey, whatever you do, Mark, you're making a lot of noise.
I can't believe that somebody would do that.
And my wife was really upset. First thing is, if there was any money, she wouldn't have split it because she would give it all back. That's the way my wife is. Anyway, she was really upset. He would think that she lied to him to keep all, because she wants to keep all the money for herself. Never asked if she would return it or anything else. Just wondered how much money it is and let's split it. Because he says that he also saw it.
Well, he could have bent down. If he was a little faster, he could have bent down and picked it up.
Exactly. So, now there's the people that there was no moral dilemma with him. He doesn't trust anybody. And he's probably reacting the way what he would do if it happened to him. He would probably just hide it and keep it all for himself.
Well, it reveals a lot about his personality, you know?
Yeah. My wife has never forgotten it, neither have I. Only because she keeps reminding me. If she didn't remind me about it, I would have forgotten about it a long time ago, probably, but she's definitely reminded me quite often about it. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we are definitely looking for some phone calls tonight. I'm sure everybody's got a story of where they've had to make a decision. You're talking anonymously, so you can tell us if you made the moral decision that was right, or wrong. I mean, I know I've done things that were not right. Hold on.
You know, Rev, we hate to bring this up, but under moral dilemmas, it's a question of ethics, morality, doing the right thing. You could be talking about Ferguson all over again, or Eric Garner all over again, because we weren't in this situation, okay? Now I heard an attorney talking from Berkeley, St. Louis, about the shooting this past Tuesday. And now she's saying that the footage is grainy, and you can't really make certain things out. And the journalist, who of course is feeding this whole thing, this controversy, said, well, I know there's a question that the police officer wasn't wearing his personal camera on his shirt. Okay, he left it in the car, and that his car camera was turned off, anything to make the cops look bad, But, it's like anything else. You leave the house without your keys. You assume you have your keys until you get to where you're going, and then you don't have your keys. Okay, maybe he thought the camera was on. I mean, these squad cars are not only used by the same people all the time. I mean, somebody might have used the car on another shift. Okay, maybe they turned it off.
Well, I don't even know those things can get turned off, the cameras. I would think they would be, because that would be really stupid if what's the sense of having them if you could turn them on and off at will.